If you have ever walked out to your garden in the morning and found your plants reduced to lace overnight, you already know what Japanese beetles do. They do not just nibble, they skeletonize leaves completely, eating everything between the veins and leaving a skeleton of stems and ribs. And they do not work alone. When one beetle lands and begins feeding, it releases a chemical signal that draws others to the same spot. A garden that looks fine on Monday can look like something went through it with a blowtorch by Thursday. Most gardeners reach for solutions that have been on garden center shelves for decades, and most share a problem the packaging does not mention. Pesticide sprays kill the beetles you see on contact, but Japanese beetles emerge over several weeks and new adults are flying in constantly. Spraying kills today and does nothing about the wave arriving tomorrow. Then there are the pheromone bag traps. Studies show they attract far more beetles than they catch. The lure draws beetles from a wide area, and those that miss the bag land directly on nearby plants. Gardeners who place these traps near their gardens have documented worse infestations than neighbors who use nothing at all. Handpicking is the one approach that works without making things worse, but it requires daily checking for 6 to 8 weeks. Most gardeners cannot maintain that, and missed mornings allow populations to reestablish. There is a county in Ohio called Holmes County, home to one of the largest Amish farming communities in the country. The gardens there are serious, and chemical sprays are not part of how they operate. Japanese beetles are present in that region, the same pressure as anywhere else in the Midwest. But if you walk through Amish gardens during peak beetle season, you do not see the skeletonized leaves common in conventional gardens nearby. A man named Amish Troyer spent 3 growing seasons working alongside Amish farming families there, documenting exactly what they do differently. The answer was not a spray, not a trap, not a product. It was a planting decision made before the season even started. The core of the Amish approach is called trap planting. A trap plant is a plant that Japanese beetles find more attractive than almost anything else in a garden. When placed strategically, these plants pull beetles toward them and away from the crops that matter. The specific plants are borage, evening primrose, and white geraniums. Given a choice, beetles will consistently choose these over tomatoes, peppers, beans, and most vegetable crops. But planting them is only half of the system. Placement is where most gardeners go wrong. Trap plants set right next to the main garden create a staging area at its edge, and beetles move freely between the two. The correct placement is at least 15 feet from the nearest vegetable row. That separation gives the beetle population a genuine destination apart from what you are protecting. Direction matters too. Beetles are most active in the morning, so position the trap plants on the side of the garden that receives morning sun. That is where they arrive first, and that is where you want them landing. The 3-day window comes directly from how Japanese beetles communicate. When beetles land and feed, they release aggregation pheromones, the same signals that draw groups together. Once your trap plants are established and beetles begin landing on them, that mechanic works in your favor. The trap plants become the loudest signal in the area. Over the first day, activity on the trap plants increases and pressure on the main garden drops. By the second day, the concentration is pronounced. By the third day, the majority of active beetles in your immediate area will have relocated to the trap plants. At that point, you cut them back hard, removing the beetle population with them. The plants can regrow or be replaced with a fresh planting. You have collapsed the local population without a spray and without a pheromone bag drawing in reinforcements. The Amish system adds a second layer inside the vegetable rows themselves. Certain plants repel Japanese beetles through their scent and through compounds in their leaves. Catnip, garlic, and tansy are the 3 used most consistently. These are not planted as a border around the outside of the garden. They are woven through the rows in alternating plantings, interleaved directly with the vegetables. This creates an olfactory barrier inside the garden itself. A beetle that bypasses the trap plants and moves toward the main crop encounters the smell of catnip and tansy before reaching a tomato or bean plant. Most will turn away. The 2 layers work together, one pulling beetles toward a sacrificial destination, the other making the main crop less worth the effort for any that get through. If you want the complete system in one place, including every companion planting combination, exact placement maps, and timing guides for every growing region, I have compiled all of it into a full guide covering Japanese beetles and every other common garden pest. The link is in the description. What strikes most people once they see this system is how simple it actually is. No products, no sprays, no traps that draw in more beetles than you started with. Just a planting decision made before the season starts, one that reorganizes where pest pressure falls across the entire garden. I want to hear from you in the comments. Tell me which part surprised you most. Was it the placement distance the trap plants require? Was it learning the pheromone mechanic can work in your favor? Or was it finding out that commercial beetle traps make the problem worse? Leave your answer below. And if you want to be here for the next video, consider subscribing. We are going to cover the fermented garlic spray that handles the pests the trap plant system does not catch, and one of the more surprising things to come out of those Holmes County notebooks.